What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hustle Podcast. We're on episode 15. My name is John. I'm your host, and we got my co-host.
Gabe Arambula.
Yep, that's right. And if you guys are new here, we always keep it real. We go unscripted, and our main goal for the pod is to talk about entrepreneurship, business, and how we can just add value to you guys and share our mistakes so you guys can learn what not to do. Without further ado, for today's topic, we have a good one. It is about overcoming adversity, right? In life and business, it's like we go through a lot of issues, challenges, and like
Oh,
adversity,
do
right?
we?
Like things get hard every single day, like no matter what we do. And it's really like the separator between the ones who actually like push forward and become successful and the ones who don't are the ones who actually push through the adversity and just keep going no matter what, despite the pain, despite the hardship. And they understand that they get stronger and stronger every single day. So going to you, Gabe, I guess what's your take on adversity and how have you been overcoming it in your life? Because your story is crazy, bro. Like your life is insane. And the stuff you share, bro, I'm like, fuck, how do you do that, bro? How do you keep going? Like, what's the mindset you have to like keep pushing through despite all this, like these challenges you're going through, you know?
One word. That's insanity. You have to be insane, out of your mind, crazy, glutton for punishment and pain. No, listen. At the end of the day, like for me, any obstacles I'm faced with, truth be told, some are self-inflicted, bad decisions, or wrong decisions. Others are just, a matter of happenstance, chance, and what have you. As far as going forward and overcoming adversity, it's a choice and a decision you have to make over and over again. Because overcoming adversity isn't an event. Overcoming adversity is a decision you make once, and you say, you know what, I'm going to make the decision to overcome adversity, but then you have to make it again. Because there's typically a decision or a point in time in someone's life where they gain enough, what's the word I'm looking for, willpower or self-discipline, self-control, to where you could overcome adversity, overcome obstacles easier than if you had not built up that muscle. And I think for me, it's just it reminds me of like skateboarding. Sometimes you try a trick 30 times to land it once. So in my mind, I have enough optimism to think that, all right, just one more time, one more shot. Let me just keep going. And so,
More.
Yeah, with life, I think everyone is looking for, that one big break, right? Or that one solid like business. And that's great. In order to get there, you're going to have to suck and learn hard lessons and overcome that adversity, because that's what that adversity is. It's a lesson to learn. If you do X, you get Y. And life as a whole, especially in today's society, it takes a tremendous amount of discipline. Before we had all these distractions, there was action out of necessity.
Right.
Now you had to eat, so you either had to grow food, you had to kill something. And I know we talked about this before, mentioned it before, but that has a big impact on society when you go from a necessity mindset or society or civilization
To like convenience.
to one that operates off of convenience, options, risk, gain. the only risk that you would take back in the day if you wanted to go and freaking sabotage someone's village and take all their loot.
Yeah.
that or wild animals. All right. Those were the risks.
Like invading their village.
Yes, exactly. Those were the risks and the opportunities of the game and so on and so forth. Whereas now, I mean, everywhere you look, we're getting enticed with any and everything. Like I'll just say it, like money, drugs, sex, power.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. And there's multiple different ways to get it. There's not just one way to get these things, or but there's multiple ways, and so it's like having discipline to stay focused, and overcome whatever obstacles you're faced with is critical, because what happens typically is when someone decides, let's say you decide to start a business, right? And you hit your first obstacle. Maybe the first obstacle is, you're running low on cash, but you get a loan from your Uncle Vinny, right?
You should give an example in your life, Gabe, where you've come across like obstacles in your life.
Well, maybe I don't fucking want to, John. Maybe I want to talk about Uncle Vinny.
That's right.
Uncle Vinny in the restaurant.
Plot twist. Plot twist, your Uncle Vinny.
Plot twist, bro. Fuck. Okay. No. Hey, good point. So let me put a bow on the Uncle.
As you want.
No, but let me put a bow on the Uncle Vinny analogy, right? So you borrow money from Uncle Vinny because you're low on cash. Next month hits, you're still low on cash, and then you give up. Or, whatever the case may be. And the cash was a bad example, because, if you're short on cash your first month into business, you fucked up.
Yeah.
To start off with, you started too early, right?
Yeah.
Started too early. I'll go, I'm trying to think of one that, okay, let's go back. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm trying to think, because I don't want to talk about something that I've already talked about.
Yeah, share something that you've overcame in your life. To share like a real life experience that happened to you in business, life, personal, it's anything.
Business, life, personal. I already talked about. I talked about the transition from Kansas to Cali. Did I or did I not?
Yeah.
In the business, the Hawaii business.
You can always share it again too.
But did I share it? Are you sure?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you have
share
it. Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So in Kansas, things are going fairly okay. Business was good. Like quality of life was good. Enjoyable, acceptable. But snow sucked. And like we were saying earlier, there's always distractions.
Mm-hmm.
And I would always think of going back to California, especially in the winter. Like every January, once the cold really started to set in, started to see some snows, think about going back to California. And, fast forward in Kansas 6 years, kind of over it. Some associates of mine were putting together basically like a VC business, right? They had capital. They had a first project to launch, and how we're structuring funding to grow the business was by selling bonds to investors, and the bonds were in the company, and they were secured by tranches of secured life settlements. And so that's what was on the table. And so it was a very, very, very solid plan. The first business, and I'm sure I can mention it now because it's been about 10 years.
10 years.
And if the project didn't launch, and there's already things that get out there, but I'll just say it because it's not like super foreign confidential or whatever, and I don't need to go into depth. But basically, we the first business was we had machines that would make clean drinking water, or patent for a machine that would make clean drinking water out of the air, out of the humidity.
Yeah.
And yeah, out of the atmosphere. And so that was plan sounded good. We were going to start in Hawaii. We were going to buy a house and then, borrow money from the company to buy the house cash and just pay the company back no interest. And I would be like a project manager for them. So as we're looking at a company or a business or whatnot, I would start a company or a business, and I would manage that project. And that was game plan, solid plan. People I was tight with, very, very, very close acquaintance to one of them at the very least that was spearheading it. But that was a game plan. This was in like 2015, and seemed so solid. And I was kind of like discontent at my job. I kind of wasn't happy with life. I was bored.
Yeah.
I kind of peaked out, reached my ceiling. If I wanted to relocate, or if I wanted to take a higher position, I'd be relocating to an undesirable location. I liked where we lived in Northeast Kansas. It was nice.
Yeah.
Overland Park, Olathe, not too far from Kansas City, Missouri. You can go to the city. It was a nice place, bro. The Plaza, Power and Light. Yeah, it was a nice place. But so at any rate, I had a good gig, making decent income and a good life. But I felt so confident. I was like, shoot, I'm just gonna give my notice and fucking cut. Yeah. And I didn't have like a whole lot of cash saved up, by the way.
Oh wow.
I had some cash, but a lot.
How long were you into the business before you left your job?
Oh no, bro. So here's the thing. Story not over, bro.
Yeah.
Story not over. So I left the gig in May of 2015. Stayed at in Kansas all the month of May. Left in June. So my last month there was I think May or April. I don't remember, one of those months. And ended up coming out to Cali, just taking a road trip from Kansas to Cali, making some stops, enjoying life, having fun, taking a little road trip with the fam. It's pretty dope. And we did that, and we got to California, did the same, visited family for a little while, and we're having calls, and things seemed to progress, but they were still having a difficulty selling off these bonds to like hedge fund managers and money managers, and that was like critical, vital. That was it. That's what would set everything off, because we had a tranche of $22 million in bonds that they needed to sell off, and that was gonna get everything started, set everything off, and then we kind of also repeat that process, sell more off, and grow more capital, and then also the business, and then started and looking into new businesses, and so at any rate, time progressed, and by the time August, we're in California in August, staying with family, it was getting just a little uncomfortable, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna have to find a job. This ain't working out. I have no income right now.
Oh wow.
No income right now. I'm living off of money, save money, and so I ended up, we by the time November came, we kind of deducted that shit wasn't going to pan out the way we wanted. Dude, I don't know if I'm feeling these shoes. These shoes aren't bad, are they? I know.
Keep
Exactly.
going.
Yeah. so
Hey,
at any
this
rate,
how you know, guys, we're unscripted.
yeah, unscripted
not,
for sure. This ain't a game.
We just go off the cuff.
So at any rate, we October came. We figured this why business isn't going to pan out, and that's kind of what we deducted. And it didn't necessarily end that great, but thankfully I was able to end a gig working for T-Mobile corporate under the Metro PCS brand as an account rep in Los Angeles, Orange County, Southern California, basically. So I did that, and just got back into wireless, and then got my real estate license reinstated. This was 2015 because it had expired when I went to Kansas. So I got my real estate license reinstated, got my NMLS license, stayed in wireless. I was doing in wireless, and then also selling real estate and doing loans.
What was like your thought process when you went from like entrepreneur running a business to going back to like working a job again? Like what went through your mind?
It's not.
Was it like
it's not
good?
that
Was it bad?
It's not that complicated for me, bro. I don't overlook things like that. It's just go. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just go.
Right,
It's all good, man. Like I have no feelings towards that stuff. There's pros and cons to everything. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we kind of control how we feel about it. It's all subjective, man.
That's right.
I mean, being a business owner is great because the checks are bigger and you have control over your time and in your life and whatnot. More control of it versus being an employee. Being an employee offers that security, right? And I started life quick. Got married 24, first kid at 25. I became a loan officer in 2003. Got married in 2004. Had my first kid in 2005, and after that was kids back to back.
Oh wow!
It was just like life. Life was a flash. It was quick, dude. And I would, if I could do anything, I would slow down a little bit. But at any rate, going back to the transition and overcoming that adversity of a business plan or venture or plans falling through. You just go, bro. People like to get hung up and get sad, and it's like you can get hung up, get sad, cry, but keep going. Keep 100%. Moving forward. You want to cry? Go ahead and cry. Get it out of your system. Keep moving forward. Keep going. Dude, I cry every week, bro.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Well, you keep going though.
Keep going.
Dude. It's like no matter what you go through, and that's the thing about overcoming adversity, right? Like you mentioned, like people tend to just overcomplicate it. Like they think they have to like take a bunch of time off and just wait until they feel better, but that's just gonna make you go into like a deeper hole, and like it's gonna make you just feel even more bad for yourself.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, dude.
Even like for myself too, like when early on in entrepreneurship, like when I lost like 70K and like failed multiple business ventures, like I used to go into like something called self-pity, right? I would feel bad for myself. I'm like,
I don't know what that is, John.
yeah, like
what the hell's self-pity?
That's right. I would like beat myself up, judge myself. I'm like, damn, like what's going on? Like, and just start like talking bad about myself, right? And from there,
self-sabotage.
Yeah. Like what I realized is like that self-pity isn't gonna do any good at all. Like no one's coming to save you, right? No one cares about your life as much as you care about your life, right? So what I realized was, oh shit.
I just realized my mic. I'm sorry, bro. My mic was off. It fell down. So
no, that's cool. So good. But like whenever I come across like adversity now, I look at it. I may feel bad for a second, but I got to the point where I'm like, okay, feeling bad isn't gonna do shit. I'm not gonna move forward at all unless I just take action. It's like, yeah, when you fall down, cool, whatever, feel it for a bit, but like don't dwell on it. Like just get the fuck up right away and take action again, right? And just keep taking more and more action and realize that you're gonna fall again multiple times. But where you have control is whether you just feel bad for yourself and not do anything, or you get up, you decide, fuck this. I want to keep going. I don't care how long it takes. I want to stay consistent. And look, I chose this path, right? So it's expected to go through these adversities, right?
Yeah, take ownership of your decisions. You know, if you don't like it, change. You can change your mind. You can always change your mind, but don't stand there bitching about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so funny, bro. This is so lame that I'm mentioning this.
Yeah.
But at any rate, I want to say something else. But I'm at the park yesterday with my friend and his two kids, and I was laying down in the grass, and it was just so great. I was laying down and I took a picture. I took a selfie. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that. It sounds really gay. Okay,
Sounds gay as fuck.
okay, all right. So I was looking at the grass, and it made me think of that saying, the grass is greener on the other side, or the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And
Greener,
I thought,
greener when you water it.
yeah, and that's what I thought. I thought, man, the grass is always greener underneath your feet, because that's what you know is certain. You know, and then, you know, they're like 90% of the time, bro, like, we're always thinking about all these other things, but, you know, where we're at right now is actually pretty dope.
Hell yeah, dude.
Is what I was thinking, and I don't even know how I got on that tangent.
No, like, it's...
Put a bow on it for me, John.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
So, like, going from... Like, whenever you come across adversity, right, like, we tend to think that what we're doing now is not working. And we think that the other thing, like, on the other side of the grass is greener. We think that, okay, the other business is gonna work, so we jump into that business whenever we come across adversity, right? But, like, what we need to understand is, yes, we come across adversity and issues in our life, but it's just part of the process for whatever you're doing. No matter what business venture or whatever, like any job, business, career you do, there's always going to be adversity that comes up no matter what.
Anything you do, man. Like, you work at McDonald's, bro. You're going to have some adversity.
It's like, even look at nature, right? There's like different seasons. There's like spring, summer, fall, there's autumn. During the fall, that's the adversity, right? The leaves are breaking down. And then from there, spring, it germinates again, it blooms again. That's like our life and our business. Like, we have to break down once in a while.
That was deep, bro.
And then that's where we start, like, just keep going, right? Like, understand that the seasons in our life, just wait till it's spring, then you start blooming again. Just like in this business.
Yeah,
you
bro. That's a good way to look at it, man.
Yes, sir. There's your goal.
It's always harvest.
Always harvest.
Yeah.
That's
right. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Yep.
Time to eat.
All right. Cool, guys. Well, that concludes the episode 15 of the Hustle Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. As you guys know, we always do these podcasts unscripted. We come up with the topic day of. If you guys have any questions, let us know. If you guys liked it, you enjoyed it, share with your friends if you gain value. And other than that, any thing you want to share, Gabe?
Oh, man, love and peace and all that to y'all. And thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. Let us know what you want to hear, and we'll talk about it.
That's right. See you guys tomorrow, and stay tuned. All right, peace, guys.